everyone, it's Sophie. I thought I would do a video on my Filofaxes. So you've seen my Midori's or my Traveller's Notebooks, the gorgeous things, and these are the things I'm kind of using at the moment as a day-to-day, but go and see my other video if you want to know what's in them. But then I also mentioned that I use Filofaxes for different purposes, so I thought I'd show you those as well. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I swear I had another one. No, that's how many I've got. So I have 4 that are made by Filofax. So I'll just get started. So this one is the A5 Cuban, and the colour is chili, and I really love contrast stitching. I don't see many people talk about Cubans as like their favourites. It's all Malden and Holborn and a couple of other ones. But I really like this. It's squishy. Look, you can get the glare on from the light. This is my kind of just like at home binder. At the moment, it's holding mostly finance stuff and holiday planning. So all of our kind of major stuff to do with the big trip is in here. So I can show you some stuff. So I really like the layout on here. So you've got the credit cards, you've got a deeper pocket, and I've cut up some week on 2 pages vertical that I didn't use. So I thought, well, you can have the lists. And it's got a secretarial pocket, and then a zip pocket, and then another pocket at the back. So there's loads of pockets at the back. And then at the back is just the notepad pocket, and it's a mesh one. So that's that. It's got 2 pen loops, fabulously. So I have a mechanical pencil and just a biro in there at the moment. They're not elasticated, so a lot of people don't like it if they're not elasticated. So they are thin, and they're the only things that fit in them. And in here I've got spare credit cards, or rather the credit cards that I don't use, but keep. And then flyleaf, and you go and see that. And then I have the week on 2 pages vertical, which came with it. This was an absolute steal. I'm really sorry, US friends, but fabulously in the UK, TK Maxx as opposed to TJ Maxx, in the run-up to Christmas, sell really, really cheap Filofaxes. And this I think I got for like 25 quid, fabulously. So I've got planning in here for my holiday. Get that out of the way. It's a month. So basically what I've done is I've colour-coded each section of the holiday with coloured dots, and those days correspond to the various sections. So like we've got the section that's San Francisco to Los Angeles. Then we got the big drive from Las Vegas to somewhere southwest Colorado. Then Yellowstone. Green, we're going to a forest. That makes sense. Pink is the plane hopping, so that's lots and lots of little cities. Purple, I think, is New York. And then red, I think, is just money and planning and stuff. So that's our, my A5, and that's fabulous. I really like the Cuban. It's squishy. I'm not a particular fan of shiny leather, but actually I really like this one. It is soon going to be replaced by something really exciting. So I won't tell you any more about that. The next Filofax thing is not actually a Filofax binder, it's a Filofax Flex. So this is the A5 Flex Lizard. I think it's just red lizard. And this holds my journal, which is just at the moment a Clairefontaine, I think it's called Age Bag notebook in here. I love the Clairefontaine paper. It's fabulous with fountain pens. And I've been trying to kind of document my life. I have been doing the Documented Life project and Journal 52, but kind of dipping in. But it's more a case of trying to write down what happens and how I'm feeling and just generally like documenting my life. So I try and write in it. I haven't been very good recently, but I'm trying not to beat myself up about it. I have actually joined Romany's class, the taster sessions that she does for her When Frogs Sing journaling class. Now the full one is like a year, you have a prompt every day. I've joined the, I think it's 4 weeks or maybe 8 weeks, sketch notes taster, which I'm really enjoying actually. I'm not keeping up with it every day, but when I do like a couple of prompts in a row. And what's really nice is I have this brilliant day per page rip-off daily diary thing from Disney. So what I'm doing is actually sketchnoting my day on the back, which is really working, and then just tipping it in. I learnt that word from Documented Life. Tipping in. Some people tell me that you tip in by tipping in on the side like that, and some people tell me that the only way to tip in is by doing it from the middle, and I need to find an obvious middle one, like this. I don't know. All I know is I tip in stuff. But I'm trying to kind of add in stuff from my day to day. So, for example, when I was front of house at our local gang show for Scouts and Guides, I put my ID tag in there, and all sorts of different things like that. So, I really like the flex. It's gorgeous. I love the lizard. Can you see that print? There we go. It's really nice. It doesn't really smell of leather. It's quite shiny, so there's obviously like treatments that have happened on there. But I really like the pocket configuration. You have these 2 pockets on the side that I just shove extra papers, so if I'm out and about, or if I do take this usually stays at home. I've just noticed how thick that is. I'm almost at the end of this booklet. So what I'm planning on doing with this, so once I've got a whole year, so this started on the 1st of January, once I've got a full year, what I'm going to do is kind of do a Midori-esque fabric cover for it and just kind of put elastic around it so that I've got a year in however many notebooks it takes me. I'm also, well, I'm not going to put our month in the US in there because that's going in my Midori, so different sizes, but every time, all the time that I'm in the UK, it's an A5 and it's fab. It's a really nice little folder. I really like that one. Then number 3 is these are all, well, apart from the last one, they're all A5. So this is my A5 Holborn zip in wine, and it's not really giving you the right colour on there we go, that's a better colour. Again, contrast stitching, that's a thing for me. This is, and I can't show you too much, but this is my brownie folder. So I am a brownie leader, a brown owl. And this is brilliant. The zip, a lot of people find this quite chunky because it's hefty. They don't, there's a lot of kind of people who like zips and people who don't, because adding the zip makes it chunkier because they have to kind of allow more space around it. I really like this because when I get to meetings, and I'll kind of unzip it and I'll put it out, so I've got my plan for the evening, and the other owls can see the plan for the evening as well. But parents will bring cheques, permission forms, money, just loose money for stuff, particularly if it's the start of term when we're doing our subscriptions. And what's brilliant is I don't have to deal with it then. I can just shove it in here, zip it all up and deal with it at home, which I really like. So, brilliant thing about the zip is that it's got this outside pocket, which I keep my reward stickers. So if they've done particularly well that night, they get a sticker. Because what 7 to 10-year-old girl doesn't like a sticker? So that's good. I love that. There's some more inside. Then you've got inside, I've got... see if I can see over it. A couple of different business cards, one for the place where we hold our meetings and one for the local police community support officer. We don't have very many issues with the area, but we are in a kind of interesting, I think is the word, area. So sometimes we do have youths knocking on the door, so we do have the police's number just in case they can come out, but it's the community support officers, so they're the kind of one down from a police officer. They come and kind of give them a talking to, so that works. My little owl stickers, I love these things. Someone racked me this gorgeous owl as a paperclip. Unfortunately the paperclip fell off, but I keep him in there as well. Little envelopes just in case I need to give money back to parents or things like that. More stickers, elasticated pen loop with my mechanical pencil in there. I then have, now for those of you who are watching carefully, in my last video, well no, my first video, my Midori video, will have noticed that this is a duplicate of my first aid how to resuscitate someone, and then the face mask. I keep that in there because I don't tend to have my daily one out at meetings, so just in case the worst should happen, it's right there. I have a fly leaf that I just hold some stickers on, my girl guiding post-its, which I love, and then these things, I love the post-it shapes. they're fab. So I've got flowers, and then Rita sent me some apple ones, which are really cute. So I'm going to try and see if I can get some more. I've got little owl stickies as well, which are very cute. And then I have a Ziploc pocket, which isn't actually Filofax. It's a Muji. No, I've got to get this right. I think it's a beef. No, it might be an A6 Ziploc. So it fits A6 paper, but it fits perfectly into the A5 binder. So that's a little tip there if you want to go and pick that up. But just make sure take a piece of paper. I think it is A6, or it might be B6. I don't know. Then I'm not going to show you too much of this. I have sections for attendance, so I tick off the girls when they turn up. I have my planning section, so my term plan, my term dates for schools in Oxfordshire, any permission slips that I get from parents go in there. I have a couple of to-dos. Then I have the badges tab, which isn't... I can show you this. I have this 13-column matrix I got off eBay a little while ago. Lick finger. There we go. It's a whole set of business inserts, and I've racked quite a lot of them because I just didn't need them all. But this one's really cool. It's the 13-column planning matrix. So I put the girls' names on there, and then what I'm going to do is, this is the badges and rewards tab. So what I'm going to do is eventually write all the names of the badges that they can get as brownies. It's double-sided as well. And then when they get it, I'll just write the date. And also tick it off when I actually give them the badge. So there's a couple of them in there. Then I have member details, which I can't show you, and then money, which is incoming and outgoing, and that's just to kind of put receipts for when I buy stuff, I have to expense it back. But since I do the accounts, I have to get someone else to check it. So that is just important that I keep everything together. And then in the back I've got another pocket and then a zip pocket as well. So I keep I love this thing, my big brownie birthday. There we go. Big brownie birthday, because we are 100. We're 100 this year. It's fabulous. Girl Guiding was 100 in 2012. And brownies, or rosebuds as we were called at first, came 2 years afterwards. So we are celebrating our 100th birthday this year. And there's loads of stuff, which is brilliant. I'm taking the girls to London for free. We've had a circus skills day. There's a big sleepover in July. It's brilliant. Annoyingly, I can't be there for the July one. But yeah, so there's this fab pocket which I keep our checkbooks in and stuff like that. But that is my brownie thing. Brilliant. The thing that I don't like about Filofaxes is big rings. I'm actually a 25mm ring girl, which is why I really like the Cuban, because it has small rings for an A5. Whereas the Holborn has 30, I think, or it might be 28, but they are huge, but they fit a lot of stuff, which is what I need with brownies, because I have a lot of permission slips that I have to hold on to, and I know if they weren't in here, they'd go on my desk somewhere and they'd disappear. I have a tiny little corner of my lounge, which is my kind of office area. That is going to change when we move house. But things disappear on my desk. So everything has to stay in there. Last, but by no means least, is this beauty. Now, we have, or rather, I think her name is Karine, and Alan Marshall have opened or started a Facebook group for desk fax. Desk fax appreciators, enthusiasts. Now this is actually the second Filofax I ever owned, and I got it off pre-loved for £10 from a lady who used to be a teacher but had retired and didn't need it anymore. It's very well loved. Well loved by, and I mean well loved is battered basically. It's not in the best of shape, but I really like it, and I don't want to part with it because it was my second Filofax, and I sold my first Filofax. But this group is called, I think, the Fraternal Order of 9 Rings, because desk fax have 9 rings. Now, desk fax is takes B5 paper, so it's halfway between A5 and A4. So it is big, but it's quite. Desk faxes aren't, they've been discontinued, so mostly you have to kind of trawl eBay to find them. I was really lucky that I found this on Preloved, because a lot of people don't really know Prelove exists. They know about Gumtree, but Preloved is one of those places where you tend to find some gems, actually. I found a couple of Filofaxes on there, which then got sold. I'm a bit of a magpie, so I kind of buy something and then see something else and go, shiny! And then I sell that one to fund that one. Sorry. So yeah, anyway, Desfax. It is black. I'm not really a black person, but I still really like it. Might be the size. This one, and I only just started this, actually just based on conversations that have been happening in the Nine Rings Facebook group of what people use their Desfax for, and annoyingly I've also seen another thing that I really want it to be for now, but it's now for my family tree research. So in the run up to my dad's 50th birthday, which was 6 years ago, yeah, 6 years, he's 56 now, we looked at his family tree. And it kind of got me really interested in looking at my entire family tree, so mine and my husband's. Now, my father-in-law has done some family tree research, and we're seeing him this weekend. And quite a lot of my family tree is online on ancestry.co.uk. But I really wanted a paper version of it. So what I've done is, I will take this off so you can see. This is a very well-loved Desfax. So, there is a reason why this is here. All the credit card slots, all the fabric's gone. So you can see, so my finger just comes straight through. It's really, yeah, the fabric's come in. So what I did is put a notepad in there instead. You've got a secretarial pocket, which is one of my favourite things about some Filofaxes. You'll notice that my Cuban's got a secretarial pocket and my Desfax has got a secretarial pocket, and I'm trying to order one with a handmade Van der Spek. I've got one on its way to me for my birthday. And that's all I'm telling you. I'll do a video when it arrives. But I really like the secretarial pocket thing. So I'm hoping that my next one, I hope husband's not going to watch this, my next one will hopefully have a secretarial pocket, and I'm talking to Petra about that at the moment. Anyway, zip pocket as well in here. But what I've got in here is I've got dividers for just general trees, so you can so I can do my pedigrees. There we go. And then I've got dividers for each of the surnames in my family. So I've got my maiden name, my married name, so my husband's family, then my mum's maiden name, then his mum's maiden name, then my grandmother's maiden name and his grandmother's maiden name, and then my mum's dad's surname. She has her mum's surname, so his surname, and then my husband's, oh here we go, my husband's mum's name, so my husband's grandmother's maiden name, and then any that I go further back than that will go into kind of the related tab. But it means that what I'm doing now, let's choose someone who's not around anymore. Let's do my granddad, just for security's sake. So there's basically what I'm doing is I'm doing a page for each person. So we have their birth, marriages, and death dates. Death, people only die once. And then who they're the son of or daughter of. Then what their spouses' names were, and then any children that they had. And then on the back, and I haven't done this for my granddad, I'll put notes like what their residence is and where they went to school, and if they, for example, if they were involved in the war or anything like that. So that hopefully is kind of like my family tree research, and it means that I can go and see my father-in-law and kind of add extra pages for the Hurdens, for their side of the family. So hopefully this will fill up, and this has got huge rings. I can't quite work out what size they are. Alan might be able to find out, I'll ask him. And at the back there is, I've got like a little wallet pocket. Now this is the A5 from Muji wallet pocket, which fits B5 paper, or fits as a B5 thing. So that's quite cool. Again, another top tip. I've got another pocket that I just made out of I think my year planner came in this, but I thought I'm not going to waste it. A few spare sheets of paper, and then just a little jot pad that I got from Muji. Most of my paper for this is from Muji because they do B5 notepads, which I just cut up and hole punch. I have the Rapesco hole punch, which punches up to personal size, and then there's a trick to do A5. But with this, the spacing, the spacing on here is the same as personal Filofax. So you can fit a personal Filofax sheet kind of like that or like that. So what you do is you do two passes. You punch these holes, and then you flip it over and you punch these holes. So the middle set get punched twice, but if you're careful, it'll just go through. So I've kind of reignited my love for my desk fax, all thanks to the guys in the Facebook group. Oh, the other thing that shows that it's very well loved, this used to have 2 pen loops. It doesn't anymore. This one I had to cut off because it was just ripped, and I've just coloured it in black marker. I can deal with 1 pen loop for this, because if I'm carrying this around, I probably will have a big bag with me, which will have my pencil case in it. Ooh, add-on. I'm going to show you my pencil case. This is what I carry around with me all the time. This is a Neocritz Transformer. It is, of course, it's Japanese. Of course. And brilliant pencil case. Zipped up, fabulous. Pen pot! Oh, small thing is making me happy. And it holds so much stuff. So I've got scissors. 1, 2, 3, 4 Lamy pens. So 1 Safari, 2 Safaris, 1 Vista, 1 Blue Green All Star. I love this pen. Platinum Plaisir, the green one. I've just got that. It's a fine nib, 0.3 nib. The other Pilot Coletto. Freebie from Cult Pens, the Schneider Slider Edge XB. It's a broad, basically just a ballpoint. Another ballpoint, the Jetstream, which I really like this. I'm not really a ballpoint person because I'm a fountain pen person, but actually this has its place, and this writes really well. I then have the Tombow glue stick, another freebie from Cult Pens. I don't know what I got that with. Oh, Tombow markers. Tipex mouse, always be with a Tipex mouse. And then the Tombow Mono 1 eraser. I really like this because it's a rubber that you can extend. Love it. Eraser for my American friends. And then I have a little pocket, which a lot of people don't realise is here. Little Velcro pocket in here, which carries a couple of cartridges. And sometimes it has little Q-tips as well, for cleaning out pen lids as well. And 1 solitary paperclip, because you never know when you're going to need a paperclip. And it all, let's see if I can fucking fits. Throwing my glue stick around. Fits. Minus the glue stick. Back in. Anyway, that was an aside. So, if you want me to go into any more detail in what I'm using my Filofaxes for, this has already been quite a long video, so I'm not going to do that now. But if you do have any questions about what I'm using each of those individual ones, to some extent I can go further into them. Obviously there is personal information in all of them. Yeah, so let me know if you've got any questions, and if you want me to do a follow-up video on like looking at one particular one, then I will. I might just have to mock up something. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Any questions or comments, as usual, and I'll try and link to the people that I've mentioned. But other than that, have a great evening.